Julian sat in silence, staring at the dim glow of his terminal. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, but the words wouldn't come. His mind was a storm, a swirling vortex of disbelief, rage, and something deeper. Something that clawed at the edges of his heart like a dull blade scraping against bone. He had trusted them. He had given everything, sacrificed more than he cared to count. And for what? For this? The report was clear, cold, and clinical. His name, buried beneath lines of bureaucratic jargon, reduced to a mere footnote in a decision that changed everything. A decision made without him, without even the courtesy of a warning. Julian clenched his jaw, his pulse pounding in his ears. Every justification they had given, every excuse, felt like ash in his mouth. He had been loyal. He had stood by them when no one else would. And yet, when the moment came, when the choice had to be made, they had discarded him without hesitation, without remorse. His hands curled into fists. A slow, bitter chuckle escaped his lips. He should have known. The signs had been there all along, whispering in the cracks of late-night meetings and unanswered messages. He had ignored them, too willing to believe in camaraderie, in honor. A fool's hope, but that was the past. He exhaled sharply and straightened in his chair. If they thought he would fade away, disappear into the void of irrelevance, they were mistaken. He was not a pawn to be sacrificed at their convenience. No, this was just the beginning. He stood before her, the weight of his betrayal heavy in the space between them. His voice wavered as he spoke. "I never meant to hurt you. It was a mistake, a moment of weakness." She laughed, a bitter sound that echoed in the silence. "A mistake?" Her eyes, once filled with warmth, now burned with cold fury. "You didn't trip and fall into someone else's arms. You made a choice." He swallowed hard, shame coloring his features. "I love you. I never stopped loving you." "Love?" she repeated, her voice laced with disbelief. "Love isn't just words, it's actions. And your actions told me everything I needed to know." He reached for her, but she stepped back, putting distance between them. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but please," he pleaded. She inhaled sharply, steadying herself. "Forgiveness isn't something you beg for, it's something you earn. And right now, I don't even know if I want to give you that chance." His hands clenched at his sides. "Tell me what to do. I'll do anything." She shook her head. "That's the thing. You should have known without me having to tell you." Silence stretched between them, thick with unresolved pain. Finally, she turned away. "I need time. I need space. And I need to figure out if I can ever trust you again." He nodded, though his eyes shone with unshed tears. "I'll wait for you, as long as it takes." She glanced over her shoulder, her expression unreadable. "We'll see if that's enough." And with that, she walked away, leaving him standing alone, drowning in the consequences of his choices.